Joining me now is Andrew Wyatt, a celebrity publicist, crisis manager, who worked with Cosby during those previous trials. Good to see you, sir. I remember seeing you so much several years ago. What do you make
Good to
of
see you
this?
too, Jesse. Thank you for having me on, and Happy New Year to you and your producers. Look, these allegations are 11 years old. I remember them vividly. I'm no longer representing Mr. Cosby, and I'm not here to be an apologist for anything. I'm here to say that, what's happening is that in 2023, the New York, Los Angeles, California, Nevada, they amended the Child Survivor Act, and they amended it to be the Adult Survivor Act, which gave women the opportunity for 1 year. It went into effect on Thanksgiving Day 2023, and they had up until Thanksgiving Day 2024 to make a claim against any man, a civil claim with no evidence and no proof.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt. Are you saying you don't believe that he said this? Because you did release a statement where you said you were left in the dark regarding what he allegedly said.
Well, I wasn't a part. When I said left in the dark, I meant I wasn't a part of that deposition.
Okay.
We read many depositions, so I just know the words that Mr. Cosby gave me when the allegations happened. I asked Mr. Cosby. I said, "Did you do these things?" And he said, "I said because look, I have a daughter, I have a mother, I have a sister, and I have female friends who have been sexually assaulted." And he said, "Andrew, I wouldn't take you through the valley of shame." The question is why now? Why would TMZ drop this story now? That's what's interesting. When I represented Mr. Cosby, I didn't do it for Bill Cosby. I did it for the culture. I did it for what we're seeing that's happening right now in Minnesota, for what we're seeing right now in San Antonio, with a 5-year-old boy is suffering from depression and not eating because of a government.
Right.
And because of law enforcement using their power to take away someone's due process
So
rights.
let me tell you, the all important subjects, 100%. I just do want to focus a little bit more on this for a second, because I look, they got a hold of this apparently, and if that's the case, there's two ways of looking at this. Either Bill Cosby didn't say this, right, didn't admit to this, or he did, and what he told you maybe wasn't true.
Well, I can't speak to that. Only I could go on the foundation of what he told me and what I believe. Look, I represented Mr. Cosby for many years, and he has never wavered to me about his innocence. I asked him, I remember the Donna Mott singer allegation vividly. I remember her coming out. I remember her alleged accusation. However, Mr. Cosby said, "I didn't do this." He said, "Yes, I had Quaaludes. Quaaludes was called disco biscuits, and all of the entertainers had them. They didn't." And I remember a toxicologist, Dr. Millman, who testified in the 2017 and 2018 trial about Quaaludes. And he specifically said they don't make you lethargic. Women love to take them because they were hiding their climax or when they had an orgasm. That was the purpose of taking them at the time, but they didn't make you lethargic. Now, as far as Andrea Constand, her testimony wasn't about Quaaludes. She said that Mr. Cosby gave her some herbal supplements and gave her a Benadryl. So
well,
those
that's
are the
true,
facts that I know.
but the whole point about that case was it was such incriminating statements that he made in his deposition that and it was an argument that worked, that if he had known that he wasn't going to get some sort of protection, he would have never made those statements, because obviously they were used against him in a court of law and he was convicted. So to make the comparison, couldn't you say what he's allegedly admitting in this deposition is the same thing, giving drugs or giving pills to someone without them really knowing what they were? Because Constead had testified basically that she didn't know that it was Benadryl, didn't know what was going on.
Well, I think Mr. Cosby has been very deliberate in his deposition with his words. And I think he said that he did have Quaaludes, but he didn't give them without the women consent. That's what I remember reading, and that's the conversation that we had together. Look, I was Mr. Cosby's only visitor in prison. No family members or friends. I visited him up until March of the pandemic. I came in every week and spent hours with him in prison. It wasn't his attorneys that walked him out of prison. I walked him out of prison.
I remember seeing you. I remember seeing you. I remember seeing you out there.
Right. And from the day I walked him out, I asked him, even when I got him out, "Hey, do you have anything to tell me? And he stood firm on the foundation of truth that he did not do these things.
And I hear you. And if it should come out, if there's more information that should come out that he did make this statement, would you say, my gosh, he didn't tell me the truth? I mean, would you be really upset at this?
I think I would have to wait until that happens. I can't speak about what my feelings might be in the future because I can't read the future. I don't have a crystal ball. I could talk about what I was able to do and what I did extraordinarily and what I would do again because it was bigger than Bill Cosby.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. I know this is like breaking news and there's a lot going on with this, but Andrew Wyatt, I never had the opportunity to speak with you when everything was going on, but I get a chance to speak to you now. Thank you for your time. And like you said, healthy, happy New Year.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.